Today's video is a real quick, a very short response to a video posted by Anton Daniels titled Old School Baby Daddy Debates About Marriage and Women. As usual, I'll put the link to the original video in the description box below. Brothers, I am not even going to try to preview what you're about to see with this old school baby daddy because I wouldn't do it justice, okay? You have to see it yourself to believe it. So let's see it first and then talk about it.
There's a paper contract marriage, and I have no respect for it. I have no respect for it because it's a paper contract, but it's one-sided. Well, it's not even one-sided. It's three parties to it. Now, I saw some people commenting, talking about the covenant and all that stuff. Well, the covenant, if you're talking about the covenant, that is man, woman, and God. Man, woman, and God. But your pastor can't marry you without the approval of the government.
So you don't recognize it because you don't like the government.
Government is that is the only type of contract that if any other contract was designed that the same way as a marriage contract, they would call it unconscionable.
Do you got a job? Do you have a job?
Me?
Yeah.
Right now? No.
Yes.
No.
What?
I don't work. I don't work.
No, honestly.
I don't work.
So you don't believe in jobs either?
I mean, scientifically we're the smartest. We're the highest level of intelligence on this planet, and we're the only ones who got to pay to be here. No, I don't agree with it.
So you don't agree with jobs either?
No, jobs just over broke. No, I don't agree with the job.
So you're self-employed, I'm assuming.
No, I'm business minded. I have a business idea. I put it out there, and then I'll train somebody else to do the things I don't want to do.
So you believe in a job for other people then?
No, not really. Because when it comes down
that's
to
just
it,
what you just described it.
Huh?
You just described that for other people that you train. That's exactly what you just described.
No, I'm a barber first. That was what I was trained as a barber. I was trained as a barber at a young age, 17 and 19, I was in barber school. 17 and 19, I was in barber school. And when somebody come in and get their hair cut and all that stuff, and you own this and you own that, but you have this problem, you have that, what a business consultant does is they solve the problem for you. They tell you how to solve that problem. Sometimes you have to learn how to delegate. Service for compensation. It's a service for compensation, but yeah, our people have a problem paying for that.
Interesting. So do you drive on the roads?
No. You
don't drive at all, huh?
No.
I do.
And marriage contracts are the only contracts if they stood the same scrutiny as any other contract, they would never stand up in law. They would never stand up. They would never stand up because.
Give me an example.
Because, okay, if me and you are about to establish a partnership in a business, we have to sit down with our attorneys and establish what the definitions and all that stuff.
I establish operating agreements, LLCs, and then sometimes I convert them over to C corps or S corps without a lawyer present. I do it every day. You're missing the point. You're trying to establish that marriage licenses are not comparable when it comes to other contracts, and I've just proved that it is. That's point number one. So what's point number two that you're trying to make?
No, you ain't gonna skip over.
Just
that.
no.
I'm a paralegal.
Just no?
I'm a paralegal.
I'm a business.
I'm a paralegal.
What's the difference?
I draw up the legal plans.
Cool. And I run multi-million-dollar businesses. It's a difference.
I draw
It's
them up.
levels.
And when you have to consult an attorney,
I can do what you do by going to LegalZoom. You can't do what I do. It's a difference.
Okay, you're gonna lose big on LegalZoom. That's what I was talking about. There's a difference between a marriage contract and a marriage covenant. There's a difference between the two. Man, woman, and God is a legal man, woman, and God is the marriage covenant.
I'm curious as to why you would even identify.
If you get that piece of paper, now, I mean, because all the advantages that you can speak of on getting married with that legal paper that you sign and all that stuff, all the advantages that you can speak of, you could have a better advantage not signing that document and signing separate contracts.
Why are you participating in a conversation that you're not interested in? You're not interested in getting married. You've already established that. Why are you a part of this conversation?
Because from the beginning, there was a way that I wanted to do things.
Okay, then do it.
They were all the way.
But that has nothing to do with marriage.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. As soon as
you
she got
said that
pregnant,
you didn't want it. You said that you're not participating in marriage in the traditional way by which we identify. Why are you a part of that conversation then?
Because I broke her from that. I broke her from it. The first thing that she wanted to do was to get pregnant. And that gave her some leverage.
So you had to have sex with her? Huh? So you had to have sex with her?
Yeah, it's a booty call.
Oh, okay. I see what this is.
It's a booty call. And I broke up with her a little bit too late. I broke up with her a little bit too late.
So what you're basically telling me.
Now she's pregnant, and I still don't want to be in a relationship with you. And the government says that I got to pay child support and all that stuff. Well, I'm gonna pay child support. I'm gonna go broke paying child support, even though I can't generate the funds that y'all illegally trying to say that I'm supposed to be making and all that stuff.
The dialogue between these two men is the perfect example of what is wrong intellectually with the red pill community. The ninjas, or the guys who have no income, no job, and no assets, are the main ones complaining that women ain't shit, women need to be submissive, and women need to be more friendly. Yet they don't want to do what's necessary to become a better man, husband, father, and provider in order to entice a woman to want to submit to them. See, these jokers don't even want to pay child support after they make a baby. And the thing that amazes me the most about this gray-haired red pill ninja, he actually thinks that he's making sense. He reminds me of the character named Oswald Bates that Damon Wayans played in Living Color.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. Now, if I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract. See, because to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumsize the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation. So, do not misinterpret the chauvinistic...
Give to the United Negro Scholarship Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to develop without help.
Allow me to expose my colon once again. The ramification inflicted on the incision placed within the fallopian cavities serves to be holistic, taken from the Latin word jalapeno.
primary problem with the old school baby daddy in Anton's video is he's delusional. See, he believes that he is kicking high-tech pimp game that other men need to listen to and be schooled by his point of view. However, he has no clue that not only is he physically lazy because he refuses to work, he's also intellectually lazy. And he proves that the mind is a terrible thing to waste, okay? He doesn't use it, so he's losing it. And the brother cannot hold a cogent thought long enough to make an intellectual argument on his own, so he has to repeat the anti-government nonsense that he heard from cats like the 5%ers and the Moors. It appears to me that this guy is also deteriorating intellectually due to smoking weed excessively. See, guys, do you understand what's happening to your body when you get high? See, your body is preparing itself to die. And you do understand that you can't get too high, right? Okay, they call it that death from getting too high, an overdose, okay? But any substance that can cause you to get high is actually poison. If you take too much poison, you're gonna die. So your body detects that you've taken poison, it moves into an altered state of consciousness because your body starts preparing itself for your spirit to leave. And as the scripture says, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So once your spirit leaves your body, it goes up high to stand before the face of God for judgment. However, if you don't take enough poison to die, but you do it regularly, it begins to have an effect on your brain chemistry, and you will actually develop a chemical dependency. And guys who smoke too much weed have no clue that it not only causes them to diminish intellectually, it also changes their personality and sense of morality and allows them to take someone's life easily. And this is why most guys have to get smoked up before they go do a drive-by. But at some point, there has to be a powerful cultural influence that will cause these men to change. And I believe that change will come once every decent black man learns to become a better man, husband, father, and provider, in order to make men like the old school baby daddy or put the old school baby daddy to shame. And once the culture make these cats outcasts, they will conform to the norm. And the reason black men don't wear Jerry curls anymore is because people will ridicule them or put them to shame, right? So I know this prescription will work, but it has been tough trying to initiate it because the devil is busy, all right? I've always been working hard for decades with some success, to get decent men to receive the training necessary to make these changes. However, something always happens in the culture. Some force or phenomenon rises up at the very time that I try to initiate the Maximize Fatherhood project in the black community. And usually it's somebody like Steve Harvey that comes in and sucks up all the attention and the oxygen out of the culture. And this time it's Kevin Samuels. Now, luckily, the manosphere exists now on YouTube as a cultural structure that I can use to break through. However, I understand that in order to produce real change, you cannot really work within a system that's broken, or in this case, inhabited by a lot of incel, MGTOW, and red pill men. See, they will reject the knowledge and training so they can hold on to the excuse that women ain't shit to justify their failure to achieve success sexually and financially. Now, I'll have to use this platform to introduce a new system and give both men and women a new model to follow, because it will be futile to change the men without changing the women also. And see, any black man that's over 35 years old anyway, like the old school baby daddy, is hopeless. And there's nothing anyone can do to change an older man's attitude and mindset. Therefore, I will be focusing specifically on young men ages 18 to 34 who want to be a better man, who wants to live a better life, and who wants to have a good wife with whom he can build wealth with. Now, hopefully, this time my efforts with men will serve to complement the work that Kevin Samuels is doing with women, okay, and then change both of their mindsets, and then perhaps we can restore the black family, build generational wealth, and create a black Wall Street in every community across the country. Well, that's all that I have for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video with your family and friends, and I'll be back with something new that nobody told you. Until then, remember that God loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next time on Maximizing Fatherhood.